Amazon, you know all about Amazon. Got everything you want. It's borderless, white, black,
Yeah,
thick border, skinny border, three
I
piece.
couldn't find.
Yes.
I want one like the one I have for my dragon, but I have no idea where to get it. So
Amazon, everything on Amazon.
uh,
Just type it in.
also
Type what it is in.
the not UG. Why am I blanking on his name right now? Him and Rika, but it's like a weird size because it's like 18 by 27. I want to say UG. I don't want to say his name is UG right now.
Oh, Utah.
Utah.
It's like YouTube. There we go. Cool. It should...
Oh, it's like a solid. This is like a solid concert. Somebody went to a Coldplay concert the other night, and it looks like it was dope.
Coldplay is only good when it's sang by other people.
False. I know you feel that way, but false.
They make great music, but only other people should sing it. It's not that they have a bad sound; it's just better when other people.
They have
sing
great songs, just not sung by them.
Someone said the same about no, Matt. We were all there. We were there. I think Grace said it or something about no, that wasn't Grace. Who's pregnant? Walter's wife. Walker's wife.
Yeah, what's her name?
She said
Olivia.
She said the same thing about Nickelback. She said they make great songs for other people.
It's not wrong. It's 23 minutes ago.
Sir, can you finish your food?
Oh, I was just eating because we haven't started yet.
Yep, we're live.
We're live? Okay.
Yeah, you don't see live in the top left corner?
Yeah.
It's so small.
It's okay.
You saw it on my computer.
I didn't see it either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, when you guys like, that's why I was checking it, because I was checking on the computer, but I was like, I can't hear, like, I hear both conversation. Like, I don't know which one's which, so I just pulled up on the phone and no weird audio delay or anything, so we're good.
Yeah. All right, perfect. Well, I'm going to start then. Next time, Matt, let us know though, so that we can have
I thought I said I was like going live. But...
No, you did. You said nothing.
Oh, well, we have all that recording.
And then you got to indicate so I can do the intro. Otherwise, it's just going to be this weird 3 minutes of nothingness because we can casually talk before we go live.
I can edit the 3 minute part out. That's the thing.
But when we're live and people are on the stream, we want to be more professional than a 3 minute nonsense happening. Anywho's, it's been a while. Okay. Oh man, even if it's been a while, Matt still does crazy shit. All right.
3, 2, 1, let's chat. Sorry, I've been watching Cowboy Bebop.
It's like the whichever way they like the whatever.
In action. What's up, feasters? Welcome back to another great episode of the Anime Feast. I'm Dominique, and with me, as always, we have our two lovely co-hosts, Tawan.
What up? Good to be back. Good to be here. Good to be alive.
And Matthew.
What up, everybody? Long time no see.
Yeah, guys, it's been a while. We missed you all. We apologize for the delay. I know you guys have been waiting on some content, but we're back. We're here. Just a lot going on in life, but we are ready to serve up some tasty food. Have some great content for you guys. There's been a lot going on in the anime world and the communities, everything else like that. And I mean, honestly, the guys, we've been doing stuff together at the same time. Like not too long ago, 2 weeks ago, we were all at AnimeFeast. AnimeFeast is an annual anime convention held in Raleigh, North Carolina. This year it was held Friday, May 27th through Sunday the 29th. A lot of people come out. AnimeFeast, I think just looking at one of the old attendants, over 12,000 people come to AnimeFeast, and I'm sure this year was even more now that it's back from COVID. Animation. I think it was open last year, just a small out. But no, I don't think it was open last year. I think this was the first year back since 2019. So it was great. A lot of people showed up. We had a wonderful time, and that's what we're going to talk about today. We got some other content as well, but we definitely want to tell you guys about, in amazement. Maybe some of you were there. You may have saw us. You just didn't know who we were. We may have seen you. Who knows? But yeah. Hey, how would you guys think about Animazement this year?
Go ahead, Sean.
Go ahead.
Well, also, guys, sorry. This is Matt's first convention. He has never been to a convention before. So this was his first anime convention. So I really want to know his thoughts as well.
Yeah, it was my first true convention. The only other time I went to the convention center was for my high school graduation. But for a convention, I've seen pictures of cosplayers going to places and getting pictures with that. I was expecting that, but not to this degree. Like, it was just cool just seeing every character walk around and be like, oh, I know you. It's like, and then I was going to say, the first day I was probably Mr. Popular with my Gojo shirt.
Oh yeah, people could not get enough of your Gojo shirt.
Yeah, I think I gave at least like 10 recommendations. Like, I took a picture of where I got the shirt for people who want to get the shirt, just so I can stop scrolling through my phone whenever they ask. That's it. But that was cool. Some of the panels were weird. That's the best way I'm going to put it. Like, they were awesome, but it was very disorganized for my opinion. But if they just tweak two things, it would be so much better for, I think, every panel I went to. I know we went to the Family Feud one. The one I went to with the music quiz was just, I don't want to say awkward. It was just not even disorganized, because they had like 5 people that go up and do it, but they had a screen where everybody could, like a Kahoot or a Jackbox kind of thing, where everybody could put their name in, but they only wanted 5 people to play while everybody else just sat there and watch. It's like, why don't you just get the whole room to do it instead of 5 people at a time? But that's my only critique. And then me and Twan went to the Mr. Aozawa's My Hero Academia.
What was that?
It was like a little trivia, like My Hero Academia trivia, but like one guy was like running around the microphone while people were answering My Hero quizzes. It's like, just let everybody shout out the answer. See how many people get it right or wrong. But
it wasn't like a competition or anything. Like, you weren't pre-selected or anything like that. So it wasn't, I guess, as interesting. Like when we did the Family Feud, they already had people selected to win a prize or something. Like, it was just kind of everyone sitting in a room. They'll ask the room a question, and then someone will raise their hand and they'll be like, okay, yeah, we're going to go over here and hear this person's answer.
Right.
So there wasn't a lot of incentive to get it right. It's just like, oh, cool if you know it, if you don't.
And the person who was running it, she was like going back and forth between being herself and being Mr. Aozawa too. So it was just confusing when she was trying to be him and when she was just being herself. But aside from that, like the arts and the experience going down, just purchasing way too much stuff for my own good. That's when you guys even warned me beforehand. You're like, you're going to buy a lot of stuff. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm going to control myself.
Yeah.
I love that Tawan was telling Matt as we were going, he was like, don't buy, because you guys, if you've never been to Animazement, obviously there are multiple parts of Animazement. You go in, you have what most otakus will actually go to being different panels. You'll look at either the pamphlet that they have printed out for you guys, or the guidebook, company I work for, actually. So I love that it was there. Not sponsored or anything, but it's a mobile app platform. So it's easier when you have it on your phone. You can just go through it and not have paper in your hand. But you can see what the schedule is for every day, and you can see the different panels you want to go to, or the different discussions, or the games, or whatever. And you can see where everything is. So people go to those. There's obviously limited seating. They don't like to limit it for you, but when the room fills up, you got to wait in line. So a lot of people go. That's what some people go to, depending on what the topics are. There are cosplay competitions. There's like a library, a manga library in there, and then you have the main attractions of Animazements, of most cons, being your artist alley and your dealer's room. So obviously your artist alley are all not local, but just like, small town artists or whatever, people who come in and they make content. They all make shirts, posters, pins, swords, whatever.
Toji shirt.
Sorry, not swords, but yeah,
from JJK.
Exactly, like Twan has on. I mean, a ton of stuff that they'll make. The art, like the one I have behind me here, the Zoro poster. I mean, all that stuff's in the artist alley, and you go there. Or the dealer's room. The dealer's room is where all your actual stuff, all your figurines are in the dealer's room, all your swords are in the dealer's room. Just more things to like more physical things you're gonna have that's not art, right? And those are the bigger things that a lot of people go to. So it was kind of funny that as we were going around, like we went to Artist Alley first, and Tawan kept telling Matt, he was like, "Don't buy anything." He was like, "Just take a look, make a note, and once you do your first full lap, then you can make a purchase." Because you, for all you know, you're gonna buy at this. You saw a really cool drawing at Artist Table 4, and that could have been Yuta. And then you get to, so you purchase it, and then you get to table 20, and you see a much better Yuta, and you're like, well, damn, I wanted to spend money on that one instead. So I'm happy to I did that, because that is great words of advice when you go to cons. Don't buy anything your first time. Just walk around. Make a note.
Your first, wait till after the first lap.
yeah, write it down. Remember where it's at, and then once you made your round, if you didn't find anything you want to replace it, go get it.
Yeah, I love the Artist Alley. I've been to a few cons. I've been to a few Animazements. It kind of reminded me of when I went with Dom to his first Animazement, and he's so well versed in anime now, because I remember the first time he used to just ask me, "It's like, hey, what show is that from? What show is that from? What show is that from?" But you see so many cosplayers and just so many shows that you're like, oh man, like it's just a good time. It just feels comfortable. It feels right. Like, especially, I think for our generation, we grew up and like anime wasn't always cool. So it's become more mainstream, and a lot more people are involved in it. It's easier to cosplay, but also I definitely have to go next year. If we go back, I'm definitely going to cosplay. I don't know what. We still saw like the generalization of like the big animes like JJK, Demon Slayer. There are a lot of cosplays of those. So lots of Zenitsu, lots of Inosuke, lots of Gojo. There was like a few Itadori, Nanami. I didn't see any Megami, but
that's a good point. Now that you mentioned it, I mean, there weren't that many Gojos actually, but yeah, I didn't see any Fushigeros. Not a one.
And maybe one or two Sukanas. Sukanas. But
that's actually a good little tangent we can do really quick, Tawan. You mentioned cosplaying next year. When we go back, not if, we're going back next year. Yeah. When we go back next year, obviously you can do anything from 4 days to 1 day, but most likely we do a 2. If with 2 days, if you were to only do 2 cosplays, what would you guys want to do as your cosplay? I'll let Tawan go first. He brought it up.
Gosh, that's a hard one, because I'm like, am I going to want to do something that's recent, or am I want to go like OG because I just love the show so much? Like, I would honestly love to do a Law cosplay, maybe like a Wano Kuni Law, where he has that whole kimono outfit, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool. And then I'm gonna have to get make a prop sword that's long enough. Like, I need it to be taller than me and have to carry it around, but it's gonna be worth it. Second day, I would probably want to do something like conjoined, so like a group effort.
Right.
Ooh, an Eren Yeager would be fun, just because I could put my hair up in a ponytail like that, and all it is a coat and some pants and a shirt. Let's see. Come back to me on the second one, but definitely a Law cosplay. That'd be cool.
Matt?
I want to do either an Ace or a Rengoku with the hole cut out.
Everybody gets a donut.
I know, yeah. I was like, that was the first thing that came to my mind, unfortunately, because I like every time I saw somebody dressed as a Rengoku, I'm like, oh, somebody should have just done the hole.
The hole in his chest.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be different. Like, if everyone's gonna just be Rengoku because he was just, so hot at the time, pun intended. Yeah, you definitely have to be the person who's different, and you make the hole. Everyone's being alive Rengoku. You definitely be dead, hole through the chest Rengoku. Absolutely.
See, it'd be kind of easy too. All you gotta do is just like a red black mark right in the middle too. I mean, it's not Like
I was
even
gonna
like
say
cut out, you can wear like a black shirt with like little flames underneath. And it's
I would say it'd be really cool if someone was the third level demon
Akaza.
and just was behind, like in front of
Behind
them
him.
the whole time, and just like your hand and you paper mache a whole like the hand through the back of the through the back of him,
just
so it looks
it's
like
like
you
his
actually punched
hand just
through
like
him.
sticking out both ends.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
sorry,
if you're gonna do it, you might as well commit.
exactly.
I can see like a whole skit happening with that one. You like you have the whole like you have the pieces of paper or parchment that you're going to use for the whole in the front and back of the cosplay, and then you don't have it on there just yet. You just like have them in your pocket, and you have your friend who's Akaza come in, and then like stare at each other, start fighting. Someone throws like a smoke bomb down, and while the smoke's in the air, you just put the things on real quick, throw the holes in, and have them with the punch. And then when the smoke clears, everyone's like, "Oh my god, he killed him!" That'd be a top
Perfect.
anime moment. That'd be a top animation moment. No,
And
that
have
would
like
never
a
be top.
they have like a Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zetsu just sitting there crying on the side.
Yep. I mean, you'd probably get kicked out for the smoke bomb, but the rest of it would be great.
You use a smoke bomb at the end, or
Yeah.
you do it like right outside. Ooh, but that would be cool. I just thought like if we all were the three admirals. I like Aokiji, Dom likes Kizaru. I think you like Akainu best, Matt.
I don't really have a favorite admiral just because
No.
they're not favorite material.
I like fighting as Kizaru. I like Aokiji the most though. But sorry, Matt. So what's your second? I know you.
Second, probably Kaneki, just something simple. I'm
That mask is hot.
the mask is too hot.
No, the mask is not hot. That leather outfit is fucking hot. His whole outfit is. I cosplayed this Kaneki 4 years ago. That outfit is hot as shit because it's leather. It's all leather.
It's all leather.
Black leather. It's hot as shit.
Maybe early Kaneki where he's just wearing like the flannel and the shirt when he's out in the rain, and then that's the first time he puts a mask on. Actually, something comfortable. Like I want something comfortable and easy.
Yeah, I definitely have the Kaneki. I have the wig. I have the mask. I got all of it. And it was.
Oh yeah, the wig didn't help anything either.
This is something in private chat to remind myself to talk to you guys about later, but that's
okay. Kara asked me this the other day because because she wants to cosplay obviously in the future as she's getting more into anime. Guys, when we went to Animazement this year, Matt, is that your TV?
No.
Swan?
Oh yeah. I'll have to turn that down a little bit.
Thank you. Matt, so Kara, like she was really appreciative of the Attack on Titan thing because like we liked that and she obviously is the AOT fan. So that was great because guys, this year we all Matt bought everybody a couple months ago actually Attack on Titan robes. So on Sunday we all had our robes on, so we were all Attack on Titan Scout Regiment. It was pretty cool. But I thought about it for a while, and I think Tawan may have said he did this or he thought about it as well a little bit, but I would be Archer from Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works.
Oh yeah, I did that as a cosplay as that maybe 4 years ago, maybe 5, but yeah.
Yeah, I would 100% do an Archer from Fate Stay Night. I mean, he's just so badass, and the outfit's dope, and I mean, I like it. So I would be Archer for sure. It's hard. It is always hard to think about a second cosplay outfit, you know, because there are just a ton. Like, could I be Zoro? Sure. I mean, even though he's my favorite anime character, period, I don't think I want to cosplay as Zoro.
I think it's skinny to do, Sanjay.
Well, yeah, I mean,
cosplayers in every size.
I need to buff up. Yeah, buff up to be Zoro. Otherwise, I'm
like,
full closed robe, no chest showing, nothing.
I saw some big Tanjiros and Inosuke's out there. And those,
yeah.
The ones who looked more like character looked a lot better.
Yeah, so I mean that's definitely one that would be amazing though, and you know you can't go old school, you can't go new school. Like, you know, do we go Katekyo Hitman Reborn and be somebody like Byakuya, Byakuran, I think is his name, or whatever his name is. I need to actually read it again. Like be someone like No. The main bad guy, white hair, most
Oh
dimensional.
yeah.
Because like dope as shit, and if people do recognize him, like that's amazing. Make a real friend that way.
I just remember Frankie from I think the first day. The person who's dressed up as
There was a
Frankie with
dad,
the
he
full
was dressed as Frankie.
speedo.
Oh yeah, there was a dad as Frankie, which things may be around. So at least for one, I know for sure Archer. I'd have to think about the other.
But yeah, I have to also look and see like what shows are coming out or what shows I'm like obsessed with at the time. Like I still gotta watch Spy X Family. I'm just like, I might like that enough to like cosplay as one of those characters.
Just cosplay as Aya. Is it Aya or Anya? Aya, the little girl.
Yeah, Aya, I think. Actually, a Boji cosplay wouldn't be so bad.
Boji, that'd be cool.
I was just about to say that for y'all.
Yeah, that's I was like, get a little paper crown, like what, black pants and
Just
blue
go,
shirt.
ow.
And just never speak.
See, but the thing about cosplaying is you also have to remember enough about your character to do things they would do when people want photos. Because when people want photos of you and the character, you have to get in the pose, and you have to be like, you kind of have to do something the character would do.
Oh, it would be great if you were Zoro, because you could do like the scene where he was getting not frozen, but sealed in wax, and he's like,
with the sword.
Hey. Yeah, he's like, I gotta be in a cool position. If I'm gonna die, I gotta die in a cool position.
It's like you guys are gonna look scared and everything. I'm gonna look cool at least.
Hey, at least go out looking cool.
That's my guy. Zoro's the greatest.
That's kind of the position that he was in. That the one that the figurine.
It was more straight up, but yeah. And I think the other hand was like on the hip or something because he was like, "Yeah, I'm dying."
Ooh.
But so like obviously we just talked about the cosplays we would have on. What was one of the favorite cosplays you saw at Anime? And I'm gonna go first because I don't want you guys to take one that I think y'all might take. Guy Fieri in Thanos. Thanos Fieri had to be the best cosplay I saw
and
in
his
all anime.
5 sauces of power.
Yes, guys, it was one of the best cosplays ever. The guy was the Thanos mask with the Guy Fieri like fire, Hawaiian shirt and Guy Fieri hair, and then he had on the gauntlet, the Thor gauntlet, Infinity Gauntlet, but instead of Infinity Stones, it was 5 different sauces.
See that?
Yeah, like fucking phenomenal. It was amazing.
That's why you can send that picture to me and I can post it on the thing when I edit the video. I forgot about him.
Thanos Fieri, best cosplay in existence.
One of my favorites was not too many people were neffing me from Rising of Shield Hero, but when the person came down, I was very excited to see that. And
I didn't even see them.
It was
I don't think I saw Inafumi from Shield Hero either.
Yeah, they were shorter, unfortunately.
But I don't know. I would honestly like to do maybe Bree would like to do this, a Jesse and James cosplay.
Was that your favorite one that you saw? Was it Jesse and James?
No, I'm saying like I would like to do that.
I know. I'm saying is that why that came to your mind?
No, I've wanted to do that since I was in college.
Well, what's your favorite one that you saw? That's what we're talking about now, Tawan.
Yeah, I told you the Guy Fieri because I was going to say that one.
No, that was my answer.
That's
your own answer.
That is my answer too. You just said it first.
Well, for a third answer, I would like to choose Guy Fieri.
Thanos Fieri, 3 for 3. Sweep the board.
No, it was so funny because he was like the last person we saw before leaving too. That's what
we were literally leaving
because we were like saying goodbye to another group of people, and then comes down the escalators, just Thanos.
Ooh, I have another question. If we're done with this topic,
yeah, go
ahead. What is the favorite thing that you got from the convention?
Ooh, let me see.
The only reason Tomas asking this is because he's gonna rub his in our face, Matt.
Right over here, that's why.
Matt, no, come back. Hold on.
No, you can still go.
No,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
go.
go. I'm 100% gonna go. You piece, Matt. Tomas a piece of shit, guys. I want y'all to know this. They guys, sorry for the small delay. They're going around getting their stuff. All I'm gonna say is Tawan lucked out when he got his, because the person that was selling it was a dum-dum and didn't recognize that what she was giving away wasn't a normal one. It was a special one. And it's because the store just opened. But we'll let Tawan give you the story. Matt,
Right.
hold on. No, hold on.
Well, the first thing.
No. Hold on.
Yeah.
Matt.
Yes.
You do understand why Tawan asked you this question, right?
Probably, but I was like, let me, like, all my stuff is like sitting in the corner. I'm like, oh, I can grab it right quick.
It's because he wants to rub in the face of us what he got.
No, I didn't.
No,
absolutely. No, it's
an
definitely
asshole who was like, I got something special and I want to show it off. That's exactly what this is right now.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's all right. Hey, that's all right. We have to show some of the cool things we bought there. That's I'm also okay with this.
So one thing that I got was this awesome Your Name poster. I don't know if you guys ever seen it, but it is the epitome of isekai, and it's a beautiful film.
Like this is like show and tell.
I know. He said, "What was the favorite thing you got?" And then he came to show off different things. Favorite means one.
Well, it was just those two. This Dobby picture is one of my favorite things. Super badass. And the pièce de résistance, a law pop.
Oh yeah. So how did that law thing work out, Twan?
Worked out really well. It's a chase. So we went to the dealer's room, and this particular dealer hadn't opened up their stall yet. But so there was like a curtain that was closing it off. But you could still see in there, and I saw in the top corner there was a bunch of law pops. And I was like, oh, wait, there's a chase up there. And it was just one chase up there with all the rest of the law pops. And I asked the girl that was running the stall, because there were two people, but there was one that was just ready to cash people out. And I asked, oh, how much are those law pops up there? She said $30. I was like, okay, really? Sure? They're all $30. Yeah. So I just got that one, and I was like, $30, right?
You already had that one in your hand. You when we walked, so you didn't point to it and ask how much all of them were. You had that one in your hand, and you said, "How much is this?" And she said, $30. And you were and I had already scanned them because I have the Funko Pop app, but I scanned that one because it was Chase and the normal one, and the Chase one was $100, and the normal one was I think 25 or 30, something like that.
Yeah.
And so when she told Tawan the price was $30, I looked at him and I was like, buy that bitch right now. Because and he remember, and guys, he like really asked her, like, no, how much is this one? Like he wanted to confirm in his hand.
It's like, I told you $30. It's gonna be $30.
The price. And she said 30. And I was like, don't fight it. so he purchased it. And
then we went to another stall where they had more of the Chase pops for the law, and they had regular, and the regular ones were also $30, but then they had the Chase behind the counter,
the security guard,
and they were $95. So it was just like they knew what they had. This one obviously didn't, or just didn't care.
They weren't thinking for sure when they did that, like, because that was the only Chase pop in their whole pop section. So they don't know
why
they should have known what they had in their inventory, because it was front and center. Like it wasn't like it was 3 rows back. It was literally top shelf, front and center, normal law, Chase law. And so we went, and we were luckily like right there when it opened, and Tawan walked over, grabbed the Chase one off, and not the normal. We made sure to grab the Chase one so that no one else could touch it. And that when they said 30, we were like, Okay, bye.
Yeah.
See you. We'll come back and thank you guys later, real quick. And then, no, I don't know why they weren't open. Like, because I mean, we didn't get there as soon as the doors open or anything, but they were. Like, it was almost
Some
like 12
people just
o'clock.
got there
and, like,
late.
Yeah. Not everybody opens it, and I mean, it kind of helps, let more customers show up, and then open up.
Yeah. Cool. I guess I got a couple things. This one's actually the gift I got from my friend Jacob. It's a Gengar. The Gengar coming out of
That one was sweet.
Pokemon. That was cool.
Gengar, Ghastly, and Haunter.
Yeah, I got a couple cool ones for my
Coming out
brother
of the
for gift
purple
and
Nintendo.
for my personal use for whenever I set my room up well. And then I was
Mhm.
just looking at all of them, and I just love the Mob Psycho one so much.
So dope.
That one was cool. And then I got a couple of my favorite pins. 'Cause I am going. Eventually, you guys will see a bulletin board behind me, and there's going to be a bunch of pins on there with
That's
all the
sweet.
places I visit and like old alcohol brands when I worked at the bar on there. And I have stuff from our Philly trip, and then I have these pins from AnimeFeast. But here are some of my favorites. One of the very 3 things of Sanji they had at AnimeFeast.
Yeah, there was no Sanji stuff there.
Yep. Because I'm also rewatching Yu Yu Hakusho, so this is also another nostalgic mom right now. Having like the little Yusuke like figurine, like mid character shooting the gun. And then probably one of my favorites is Plank.
I fucking love that one so much. I love it so much.
I love it so it's so cool. Like it's like when I saw, I was like, not everybody has that, and I was like, I have not seen that anywhere, let alone any stuff, but just like Plank as a pin.
Who would think that you would find Plank from Ed, Ed, and Eddie at AnimeFeast? It's like, come on. Amazing.
That's pretty sweet.
Amazing.
Oh, one more thing. The Mariko picture as well.
Yeah.
The bunnies.
Bunny.
Bunny
There were a couple
bunch
of Bunny
bunnies.
Girl Senpai cosplays at AnimeFeast that are pretty nice too. Just saying. I didn't get a ton of stuff, but obviously it's already posted up. So Zoro poster, top tier. Zoro, you guys know again, Zoro favorite character. I've got that figurine. I bought another figurine of Zoro while we were there. I haven't did anything with it yet, but I have the Wano Zoro that at some point I'll open up. That's the actual thing, one of the kimonos like someone was mentioning. And then I got 2 other additional posters with Dragon Ball Z. So Kami House with Goku. That one, I like that one a lot. I gotta find a wall space for it. And then the father-son Kamehameha with Cell dying in the corner.
With the shiny.
Yeah, with the shiny.
The holographic poster.
Holographic. One of a kind. I'm kidding. But yeah, I love these. So definitely, obviously, Zoro, my favorite one. All of these are pretty great.
I like that.
Yeah. Sorry. I was like, I haven't seen anything glow in the dark.
Does it say glow in the dark or is it just Chase?
It says limited glow chase edition.
Oh, so yeah, then it should glow.
Yeah, and he's holding the heart. So Dom got me the other law a couple of years ago for birthday,
like 10 years
Christmas.
ago. It was a long time ago.
And it just so happens that is one of the few normal pops that just skyrocketed in value. And he told me about it. I think it was over our Christmas party last year. He was like, you know how much this is worth? And I was like, no. And then after that, I just started getting on a whole pop collection spree.
Yep.
It's a trap.
But now I have both versions.
It is definitely a trap.
It's funny, your face was just frozen like this for me. Like,
yeah, Funko Pops are definitely a trap. I've definitely had to like calm down on doing it, but yeah, it was pretty great. So we talked a little bit about panels and things like that, and you guys brought up Otaku Feud. So I want to discuss that because that was one that we all went to together, and just kind of like the fun that it was, but also where they messed up.
They didn't know what Family Feud was.
Yeah, like we went in. First off, it was kind of bull because there was an event that was going on. Everyone was leaving, so we went in, Like everyone was leaving the other one, so we all went in, took a seat because the next one was coming up. And then we get kicked out. They're like, you can't just sit in here, and they kick us out. And so we have to leave. And then when we leave, because keep in mind, when we first showed up at like 3 minutes prior to it opening, there was no one outside in the hall like waiting. When we get kicked out, it's at the time of it starting. There's 2 longest shit lines right outside.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of bull that like we got put to the back of a really long line when we were there early, and there was no one told us we couldn't just walk in.
No one said anything.
Yeah.
Until we were sitting there waiting, like playing our phones, just waiting for it to start, and they're like, "Oh, you have to leave now." I was like, "Why?"
Yeah. Just for us, so when we did get in, sit like 2 rows back from where we were when we went in the first time. It was ridiculous. But it was for those of you like who know the rules of Family Feud. You know, like if one person hits the buzzer, if I guess the word and it's like number 4, then the other team gets the option to guess because there might be a better answer on the board. Well, they didn't do that. If you guessed and the answer was up there at all, they would let your team play, which is not how the game works. The person in control of revealing the answers like revealed incorrect answers and just kind of like was giving free points out.
Or if they said the wrong thing and they would still reveal an answer that wasn't even.
I think one that pissed me out that like annoyed me the most was there was one that they asked the question about what's you're one of like the one of the top one of your favorite isekais. Like it was like what isekai anime, right? And the guy it was one guy's turn, and when they asked him, he said Bofuri. That's an anime I've talked about on this podcast. It's a pretty cool anime. It's called Bofuri. I was afraid of being hit, so I put on my stats in defense. But she has a character, little girl. She goes into the world. Not even an isekai. It's just virtual MMORPG. But she's not trapped in another world or anything. She didn't get sent somewhere. And she has a shield. All her stats are defense, so she has a great shield. So when the guy answered Bofuri, everyone in the crowd and the people doing the show were confused. They were like, "What is this?" They didn't know what the show was, and I was kind of like, "Okay, like, how are you even the host? You don't know if you don't know what the show is, but okay, whatever." And but then he was like, the one with the shield, because she has a great shield, right? They said, "Oh, Shield Hero," and gave them the answer. And I was like, those are 2 different anime.
Hey, take what you can get, though. I definitely would have took getting it right if I was her. I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll take it."
Yeah, I was right there like, this is bullshit.
Oh, Shield Hero, because most people
Shield.
don't know the Japanese name for a show sometimes, and that's what like will get people like Bofuri. That's probably the Japanese name for the show.
But I don't think it is actually. But even still, like, you can't just say the shield one or the one with the shield and then be like, this guy said Shield Hero. Like, multiple animes have shields in them. Like, I'm gonna need you to tell me the actual name. I'm not just gonna let you.
I bet you can't tell me 3 animes with shields.
Bofuri, Shield. Okay. What's funny about that is I was trying to think about the third one. I was like, what's that one?
I was like, I don't even know. Gosh, Fate. Because isn't there a shield guy in Fate? I don't know. Maybe.
Funny though. I don't know.
You can say even Yu-Gi-Oh, the giant sword
if I was
shield
going to be
guy.
anybody from Fate Stay Night again, I'd also probably be the old Archer, not Fate Stay Night Archer, but Gilgamesh. Badass as fuck. Made me think of that. So.
Is it wrong to say my favorite part of the feud was watching the gender reveal?
The gender reveal?
Michael's gender reveal.
That's right.
That's
Matt's gonna be an uncle, guys, and we got to watch the gender reveal during the middle of Otaki feud.
Yeah.
Hey, priorities.
I know, yeah. I was like, and like we're all sitting there wearing masks, and they're like, "Where are you guys at?" It's like we're supposed to be watching this thing instead, but we're watching you. Yep, I'm gonna have a little nephew.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, what were your thoughts on? I know Matt, I can't remember if you said something about the bus thing. I can't. I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember what happened.
Yeah, like he said bus, like transportation is like an anime. He said bus, and then like the answer was cat bus. That's a.
Oh yeah, and they didn't give
I
it
was
to
like,
him.
it's like,
The
like
answer.
any family food I've seen, like if the word's in there, like if you're like love making, then they like show the answer is like boinking, whatever, like the other term they use. They usually give you the answer. Like I'm trying to think of any other type of bus. Like what other bus can you think of after someone says bus?
Bus
Yeah.
coon.
No, it's
It's all-
trucking.
Oh,
What
truck
bus
coon. That's it.
But yeah, but and that's a great example though. Like the guy said with mine, the guy just said the shield one, and they gave him shield hero. But with transportation, when the guy said bus, they were like, "I need you to be more specific," and wouldn't give cat bus. But it's like, bitch, he said bus. Like,
Like anybody would have given him cat bus.
because I think what plane was up there, and it's like I don't like.
yeah, the vehicles in anime one, I was like, like that one. I don't know who was taking the poll for that one, but I like that ships were up there.
But
For some reason, I thought you meant like relationships, like who you ship
No,
with. And I was like, no, he's like pirate ship. I was like, yeah, that's right. Never mind. I was like, my mind went somewhere else.
Oh man, but yeah. So what were like, Matt, your final thoughts on your first con?
It was fantastic. I kind of want to do more of some of the panels next time. Not like I guess like the trivia ones, unless they readjusted them, but just like some of just see like some of how the art animation stuff. Because I know we were kind of talking about that, but it was just we'd rather walk around, see everything than sit in panel for a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be the only thing I want to try and do next year, or see something, or get the guide and actually plan out a little bit better than what we did this year than winging it. Well, we didn't really wing it, but we knew what we wanted to go see.
Yeah, no. Well, you just spend so much time looking at everything in like in the artist alley, in the dealer's room, because there's so much. Like, it took probably an hour and a half the first time we walked through the whole like dealer's room and artist alley each. So we spent like 3 hours there just walking through, and then we got food, and then we went back and bought stuff, and then at that point it's time to go. But for me, I would have liked. There weren't a ton of panels that I wanted to see, and usually there are, or there'll be showings, which I didn't see like any showings of shows this year or movies, other than like one at like 10 o'clock in the morning for a movie that they showed the same all 2 days or 3 days. And so I know that we've seen a lot of those before, like you sit in on a show that you haven't seen before, and like, hey, it's a little Kickstarter to go watch it afterwards. I definitely would have liked to go to the AMV contest, which we didn't do this year. But things were different because the game room was upstairs. Maybe doing a tournament, but it's hard because there's so many people in that small confined space for gaming tournaments that it's kind of not even worth it sometimes. But yeah, if I were to go back, I would like to see an improvement on the panels and at least some showings of shows or movies.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's definitely something we missed out on this year, was that we didn't go to enough panels. But we, again, the high value areas are always still dealer's room, artist alley. So we got that part out. Those are things we can take back home with us and look at and see as a reminder all the time. And we just have the memory of the few panels we went to. But I agree, next time, if they are doing something like a guidebook that we can get in advance, that we can kind of plan out what we would like to go see so that we kind of stay on track with stuff, I think that would be great for us. But yeah, I mean, still fantastic time going with just the guys. And then, I had my wife come on some the next day, and next year more people will be there. I think more friends will come. It's going to be fantastic. And so happy Animazement's back. GalaxyCon is in a couple of weeks. I don't know if you guys are interested in all. I think I'm only going to go one day, probably Saturday. We'll see. We can talk about that off screen though, but just so that that's out there. But yeah. Now, Tuan, I know there was something else you wanted to talk about that wasn't Animazement. Can you remind me? Or was it you, Matt?
Maybe shows.
Yeah, shows that we were watching, or
Yeah. As far as shows I've been watching, I've been rewatching Cowboy Bebop because I love the show. I bought it for like $5 on Apple one day because it's normally like a $50 season or series. And I was like, $5, steal, gotta buy it. So it's been cool to go back and watch that because I've never finished it. I've like watched up until like the last 3 episodes and I'll stop for some reason. So that's been cool.
See ya, space cowboy.
Exactly.
Bang.
What else have I been watching? I've been catching up on the Dr. Stone manga, so that's been good.
Makes Matt happy.
Yeah,
I can finally talk about with somebody.
Keeping up with JJK. It's getting so good, guys. The Culling Games is peak content right now.
Like, they haven't even seen Shibuya Incident. That's like the anime people don't even know what's happening yet.
But I just gotta say, you're not going to be disappointed at all. I can't remember the last time JJK had a bad chapter, honestly. I wasn't excited for like, hey, what's next? And then just trying to find like anime movies to watch because I'm trying to expand my horizon as far as that's concerned.
Oh man.
But yeah, that's what I've been up to. How about you guys? Watching any new shows? Any shows you're anticipating watching? I'm gonna start Spy X Family pretty soon.
Like I
I'll
caught up
probably
on
my next
Spy
new
X Family, but I've been reading the manga for it too. So it's cool seeing it animated and seeing Twilight doing his thing. I started Rising Shield Hero season 2, which I'm very excited with, and it's actually I was kind of skeptical of like how they're gonna continue the show, but they're doing it in a great way. And then
Okay, I've heard some mixed reviews, so that makes me feel good and excited for it that you're saying good things about it.
So I think there's like 8, at least from last time I saw, there are 8 episodes. I think I watched 4 or 5 episodes, so almost caught up with that. The Spy X Family, definitely recommend. And then right now, the new series I'm reading right now is Chainsaw Man. I'm about 2/3 of the way done with it. And another show that's definitely like, I know the anticipation for the anime is being released soon. I think they're just going to do 1 full season of it. And it's going to be crazy.
Oh yeah, I am also watching Steins Gate for the first time. I've always started it and then got to like episode 3 and then stopped. So I'm really enjoying the excitement and craziness that is Steins Gate because I think has been rated one of the best animes. Like,
what episode are you on?
Period. Oh, you've watched it? I'm on episode 8.
I'm not having. I was gonna see if you passed 3 yet.
Yeah, I have.
Get to 3 and give up again.
So it's a very slow. It's a very interesting story, but it's so slow to get hooked on it because there's not a lot of action and it's not a lot of suspense and drama like with most like psychological shows. You don't really get all the laughs like you do from like a slice of life. And so it's just getting the investment in it. And I've like gotten to that point now where I'm just like, ooh, what's happening? Because they just figured out like how to do what they're doing. And I'm just like, ooh, it's getting good.
Have you seen it?
No.
Okay. So I have, and I toot-a-roo.
Well, I started watching Baki.
Ooh, good choice.
I want to find the originals because obviously what's on Netflix if you like look up what the correct order to watch them in, what's on Netflix is like the 3rd or 4th series to watch of Baki because it's him in high school and apparently there's like it starts with him as a kid that we need to watch. But regardless, it's really good. It's really, really good. I've been enjoying it. It's gory as shit. They don't
I told you it was going to be gory. You're like, well, you didn't say anything about it, but once you see how gory it is, you're just like, ooh.
So I like Baki. Baki's been good. And then reading One Punch Man. Matt and I talk about this a lot because man, it's good. I want them to get to where the webtoon is because sometimes in one of my chats, not one of my chats, in one of the Facebook groups I'm in, people will post whatever site they have it on, and it's like 4 chapters ahead of wherever we're at on what's on the Shonen Jump app,
Is it
because
ahead of
it's
the TCB scans as well?
no, TCB Scan is way behind. TCB Scan is like 6 chapters behind on One Punch Man.
Oh wow, okay.
They just don't do it anymore.
They just gave up on One Punch Man.
but because like with where we're at currently with the Shonen Jump app, like with where that's at, we think, oh man, I can't wait for the next chapter. But then when I saw what the people shared about the chapter that came out the other day, like the 3 or 4, well, apparently some crazy shit's gonna happen with the next 3 or 4 chapters. Because when I saw that chapter, I was like, what the fuck? So like it's yeah.
Wait, is there a new chapter out? Maybe I missed it.
It's not on the app though. Like it's on some
Oh,
website,
okay.
whatever the.
Because Webtoon is like almost like rough, like a rough draft of what the right.
Yeah, it's the true source material.
Yeah, but it's like it's not clean cut. It's definitely more of a like.
I mean, it kind of is because think about Tower of God. That's a webtoon. There is no manga. That's a webtoon. But yeah, it's yeah.
Oh, I thought it was.
All I'm gonna say, Matt, is that it's not done.
I know it's not done. No, the monster arc reminds me of the Chimera Ant arc a lot. This keeps going.
It won't fucking end. It won't,
this monster thought be like 30 chapters long. It's now turned into 130 chapters, and it's like
it's funny because that's exactly what I was thinking. Because I think the way the show began gave us a like poor impression of how it was going to continue. Because season 1 was like, okay, meet a monster, beat a monster, meet a monster, beat a monster, meet a monster, beat a monster. And then now it's finally getting into, okay, let's actually have a plot behind this story and show. And it just went from 0 to 100 real quick. And it's been at 100.
Yeah, because there weren't any like true arcs originally. Like you said, it really was just like, hey, this one big monster showed up. We need someone to beat him, and maybe it takes 3 or 4 episodes, 5 episodes, and then the monster's beat. But now we're like, hey, we've been dealing with the Monster Association for like 3 years. Can we figure this out?
Yeah, but it's been good quality content, but damn, I'm like, okay, are we done? It's like a god level problem just the whole time. Was dragon, demon, and then god or something like that? I don't know. Their level of threat.
Oh, the level.
Yeah, it's like I think it's tiger, dragon, demon, god, something like that.
But in news that I've seen and heard recently is that Ketsuko Hitman Reborn, the anime is gonna restart, and I'm like, oh, so they're just gonna start all these animes that they stopped at one point, and they're like, we're done, and then the manga continued like Reborn and Bleach, and I am definitely here for it, and it's just another reason for me to go back and watch Ketsuko Hitman Reborn. If that's something that we wanted to do together, I would definitely be down to like. Hey, we decide every week we're gonna watch like 5 episodes and then talk about it. I'm cool with that.
Well, I'm currently at the Bongolo Ring fight, but I haven't watched it in a couple months.
That's where it got. That's not where it got good, but
that's
also
where it got
for any of you guys for any of you guys watching, listening, if you haven't watched Hitman Reborn, go watch it. I'm gonna just give you, a footnote. It takes 20 episodes to get good.
Yeah.
It's really a solid 20.
Whole first season's annoying. Then it's good. Then it's great.
But once Hibari does this thing, it's gonna get good. Just know that.
Yeah, I'm excited about everything coming back as well. It's gonna be fun. Now, my only question around it is I'm trying to remember with Katekyo Hitman Reborn or just Reborn, are they redoing it from scratch from start and then continuing into new animation, or are they only picking up from where it left off? Because I think it looked like they were going to start from ground zero and redo the whole thing.
I hope not. I hope it's like Bleach where they're just going to pick up where it left off because there's already so much content, but it might be a Hunter x Hunter type situation where they had Hunter x Hunter from like I think 2004, and then in 2011 they redid Hunter x Hunter from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I'll have to look into it and find more info about it.
You know, Bleach is going to be fantastic, man. I'm so fucking ready.
I need to read it.
And I just keep watching the intro, and the music gets me hyped, and I'm just like,
It makes me laugh though, because Tawan wanted Bleach to be done after the Aizen fight. But look at him excited for this 1,000-year Blood War arc.
I still wholeheartedly believe that it could have been done after the Aizen fight, but it looks gorgeous. Like it looks so much better than it did when Bleach was going on originally. And I'm just like, how can I not be excited for that animation? It's like you go and watch the first episode of K Project, and you're like, I have to watch it just because it's so appealing to the eye. But
like
the leaps and bounds we made with animation is crazy because it's like, go back and watch episode 1 of One Piece and then go and watch any episode of One Piece that's come out within the last year. And you're like, this cannot be the same show.
There are so many things that are going to happen in Bleach that people aren't ready for.
No one's
so
ready.
many things. If you guys haven't read the manga and you're just going to watch the show, your mind's going to be blown like every other episode.
That might be a show to go back and rewatch is Bleach because it is a great story. You really just have to skip all the fillers. And I think I was really one of my top frustration moments with Bleach was when they did the Zanpakuto arc after, like right before there was a big fight with like my favorite villain, Lukiora, and I was like, because it just randomly started. There was no lead up to it, and I was just like, really? This is what we're gonna do? Okay. But I'm still here. I'm still a fan.
Yep. And people are gonna start to understand why Bleach was part of the big three. Because it's been gone for so long that now that it's coming back, people are going to be like, "Oh, there are a lot of people who hate on Bleach, and they're like, why is it a big three? They don't understand the scaling of the Bleach first. They're like, oh, these Naruto characters could beat all the Bleach characters, and I'm like, everyone in Bleach is a literal god. Like, what are you talking about? They're all gods. Like, I get that you're like, oh, what feat have they done? They're a god. That's their feat. Like, don't need to tell you anything else.
Some of their abilities are lackluster. Like, I don't want a sword that just. Well, let me rephrase it. I don't want Renji's sword that just is like sectioned off, but Gin's where it just is like a needle.
Yeah, expands an infinite amount of space, and like immediately.
See,
Gin's sword with Law's power can't be beat. Injection shot.
You can if my hockey's better than an injection shot are gonna stop that. An awakened, an awakened go right through your hockey.
Yeah, it went right through.
Oh wait, sorry, that's not for now. That's for later. Yeah. That's for later. Previewing the next week's episode, guys, we are going to discuss One Piece, not just the latest chapter or the latest episode. We are going to discuss the entirety of the raid on Onigashima. So the whole raid of Onigashima, from them getting there on the ships up to where it's at now. For those of you who haven't read it, I'm not gonna tell you where it's at now. But if you catch up and be here next week,
it's gonna be catch up on the 250 chapters.
Just don't work this week. Don't work it all this week. Don't go to school. Yeah, just read right through it because it's gonna be great.
School's out. It's summer.
School's out for summer.
I wish work was out, but
right?
Yeah,
that's not. But yeah, I think I had something and I lost it. I had it and I lost it.
Pick it back up.
It's like
bring it back.
Hunter has a couple chapters coming out this year, which forget. Are you guys caught up on the manga for it? I know Twan is, right?
No, I am definitely
nobody
not.
else is. Oh,
but Matt, the reason for that is because when the Dark Continent was introduced, the fucking manga became a book. Not
Yeah.
not a normal manga book, but it became a novel.
Okay.
Every single character talked, and every single sentence of theirs was 4 paragraphs.
Yeah.
I was like, we're good. I'll take my time.
I'll wait till the anime comes out so I don't have to read as much. It's like,
No, it's a
it's a novel.
one.
It's a novel. Because there are definitely
And
pages. There's no characters. It's just dialogue with
Yes.
each person, like the character maybe in like the little corner, and just
And
a
there's
page
Yeah.
that
so
big.
much information now about everything, like because it's all the king's sons and Pat. I'm like, nah.
They take each character.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, if they're
I'm
lying to
good.
me, I'm gonna lie to them. That's what I'm gonna say. But if I believe them and I'm gonna lie, it's like all the
It
different
becomes
scenarios. It's so great.
so much. I was like, I can't. I'm lost. My eyes went crossed, and I was like, we're good. I'll wait.
Yeah. So I haven't even made it to the Dark Continent. They're still on the ship, and I think the last thing I found was like Jing's power.
Okay.
And
You might not be on the
that's
ship
literally
yet.
like the last thing.
No,
I
that's
read.
not the ship
Yeah.
yet at all.
That's not you're not even on the ship yet. That's
No,
the ship is going to like where they ended off.
Going to
They're
the
like in the
Dark
middle of they're in the middle of the Prince Wars.
Yeah, but Jing's power is revealed, I think,
Yeah.
before the ship.
well, I thought he was on the ship, but somewhere around
No,
there.
he is on the ship with the Paris Sparrow, but there's in a disclosed location right now, undisclosed location.
Did you say with Perospero?
Oh no, yeah, I did say Paris Sparrow. Who am I thinking of?
I was like,
no,
so
I meant
we unhunter him in One
no,
Piece of Mix.
I know, yeah, no.
Kurapika?
No, what was the rat guy's name before Leiro?
Kurapika's friend.
Not Kurapika's friend, not Leiro. Who
No,
was
not
No,
Ariel, the
there's a
one
rat
who can
woman,
hear the
like-
heartbeat. He hears like he can soothe with his flute
I
thing.
thought it was a woman,
No.
but they were bald.
No,
Yeah, I think it is a woman actually.
the rat Zodiac before.
Oh yeah,
That's what I'm talking
the
about.
rat Zodiac. Yeah.
Because it's him and Jean, they're in an undisclosed location on the ship because they're going through the Dark Continent. They're like, I don't care, we're going there.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I don't trust you by any means, but I can trust you to get to the Dark Continent. Then we can kill each other.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. 4 chapters are coming out this year, and it's only been on a 4-year hiatus this time compared to the
Only a
3 years
4-year
last time.
hiatus.
So I am excited, at least. Yes, it might take me all year to read them because it's going to be so much information.
With 4 years, I should have just caught up.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
And then-
it's only 4 chapters, and you'll have another 4 years to catch up.
Yeah.
I'm probably like 100 chapters behind, but you know.
You're not, I don't think you're that far behind.
Again, it's been a long hiatus.
Yes, it's been.
But yeah, guys, obviously we are here on YouTube. If you are listening to the podcast on Anchor or Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts from, be sure to also check us out on our YouTube channel, The Anime Feast. We are also on Instagram, TikTok. I think we're not TikTok. Yes, TikTok. We're on TikTok
Yeah,
now,
we have
right?
a TikTok. I just got to start.
Variety of platforms. Just be sure to find us. Look up Anime Feast or The Anime Feast. We will keep coming to you with content. Again, you can also follow our individual pages. You have Matt at Matocracy. It's on the thing now, but I'll spell it out for those of you who are listening. MATTOCRACY. You have Tawan as Chaos Lord, CHAOSLORD. And then me as Athletic_Geek. I'm not going to spell that out for you. It's pretty straightforward. Athletic_Geek. But yeah, guys, we should also, give shout outs, refer your friends to us, and, tell us, about your convention experiences in your areas. I know big ones happen in Texas and San Diego and things like that. So tell us about those. We look forward to hearing from you guys. And again, if you are caught up on One Piece or you're interested in about where One Piece is, please, please, please come and join us next week on our podcast. We will be live roughly 11. We're going to shoot for 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, maybe
let's
11.
Just go for 11. Let's just go for 11.
But definitely come check us out. Join us live. We would love to add into discussions with you all, and we can kind of go from there. Any last things, fellas?
Yeah.
As always, stay hungry, my friends.
Peace.
Peace.
And